Hello everyone and welcome to my Mixed Media Friday. I wanted to share with you a project I created during my Ustream class on Tuesday, and I've had a crazy amount of requests to redo this page, or at least show the techniques of how I created this page, because I could not record my Ustream class. Ustream was being kind of finicky, and so I couldn't do it. So anyway, I'm going to show you actually how I created this. More technique-like. I'm not necessarily going to do the whole flower thing. But that's what the Mixed Media Friday tutorial is going to be about. So can you kind of see the really cool effects? So I'm going to be showcasing how to do that. So I'm going to do that in a much smaller version, okay? So here we go. I'm going to be using my Canvas art journal, and because this is supposed to be a few of my favorite things, I found a cute little photo of my two daughters when Ava was quite little. I thought was super cute, and it's got a little bit of glue, and actually it's perfect for mixed media, so I'm going to use it on here. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to grab some black gesso. Okay, and I'm just using this Studio by Claudine Helmuth black gesso, and I'm just grabbing a paintbrush and I'm applying black gesso all over it. I'm just going to speed it up, or I'll apply and then I'll come right back. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is you want to grab your gel multimedium. So I just use regular matte, and I'm just going to use this foam brush. It's not what I usually use, but I'm going to use it right now. And I'm going to apply my photo. And I was thinking of cutting it because it's a little bit too big. Maybe I'll do that before we start. Just do that really, really quick. It's just a little bit too big, and I want to have a little bit of a bigger surface to play with. Okay, that's perfect. And I'm just going to apply some to the back. Perfect. And I'm going to be adhering this to the page in just a moment. Just like so. Fabulous. And you guys can't hear, but my husband was just so generous and brought me some tea and put it on the ground so ever so gently so he wouldn't interrupt this video. Okay, so once that's applied and dry, which just takes a minute, and I'm just going to put this in the water and close this up. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is you want to grab some modeling paste. So I use Liquitex modeling paste. Okay. And take this and grab one of these or a credit card or whatever you want. Whoops. And then just start creating with the modeling paste. Start creating a little, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. Start creating a little bit of an edging that goes over top of your photo. Okay. You almost don't want to see those crisp lines. Okay, that's what I'm trying to create here. And I'm going to move this out of the way so you guys don't have to look at it. So I can zoom in maybe a little bit more. Okay, you don't have to be careful. The problem is my area is so small that it's harder to work with than the page that I did previously. That's all. Okay, so really rough. It's supposed to be funky and not perfect. So that's all I'm doing here. And then I'm just going to give this a quick dry and be right back. Okay, next you want to grab a couple stencils, and I'm going to use the 6x6 stencils only because this is a small page, again, like I said. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do the butterfly, and I want to ensure that I have enough of a spot for it, so I'll do that first before I do the other thing, the other one. I'm just going to open this up, and I've never used it. And this is not totally dry, by the way. I just dried it halfway just because I knew that I was going to be applying some more stuff on it. And I don't mind that this is going over the picture, by the way. I kind of want that, in fact. And I'm just going to grab some more modeling paste. And I'm going to apply it so that I create a butterfly. Just like so. I'm going to go ahead and lift, and ta-da, I have a little butterfly. And I'm kind of going to do the same thing, maybe a little one right here, or what do I want? I want a little moth, maybe here. Yep, that's what I want. Perfect. Fabulous. And it's not the most perfect, just because I find that the canvas is kind of hard to work with. Okay, and I'm just going to put this to the side. Actually, I'm going to put it in the sink. Hang on. And then you want to grab your next stencil. And then this is called mini fish scales. And I am going to apply it this way. And I'm trying to think. I'm probably going to do it in a diagonal order. Yeah, I will. Okay. And I am going over the picture, as you see, just like so, and left. And then the same thing, kind of, whatever you can get to on this side. Perfect. And then over here, I might not be able to get to it. So I'm just going to grab a little bit more modeling paste, and I'm just going to randomly apply it. Just like that, actually. Okay. Don't worry, it'll all come together. That's a promise. Maybe I'll apply a little bit. Let me see if it works. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Now there's a little bit of dimension. Fabulous. So now that's done, what I want to do is I just want to dry this really quick and then come right back. Okay, now that it's fairly dry, I just put a little piece of paper towel over top of my photos so that it doesn't get wrecked. And I might be removing it a little bit, like just moving it around so that I can get those edges of the butterfly. But for now, I just don't want the middle of it to get sprayed, because I'm going to be using Lindy Stamp Gang Flat Fabios, and I'm going to be using Luscious Lime, Pink Ladies Pink, Hibiscus Rose, and Toto's Tornado Black. Okay, so I'm going to be using 4 different colors. And the first color that I'm going to spray, surprisingly, is the black. Okay, just going to give it a quick spray here and there. Just like so. And by the way, I'll be adding layers and layers and layers. I might need a little bit of a thicker paper towel than that, just because I know it's going to soak through. So I just want to do that maybe. Move that piece out of the way. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to start with my green. You can see I'm lifting a little bit because I want a little bit on the photo too. I just don't want my kids' faces to be green. I don't need them to look like Frankenstein. Okay, and I'm going to grab a little bit of pink. This is the Pink Ladies Pink. Okay. Fabulous. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of a deeper pink right on the butterfly. And if you get a little bit on your photo, just try and take that off as fast as you can. Now my child's face is pink, but that's okay. Okay, and I'm just going to spray a little bit of black. See, this is why we use a paper towel, you guys. Okay. And I'm going to go back with a little bit of green. This is where the layering comes in. And you're noticing I'm not drying it in between layers, just allowing it to just create. Oops. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick dry and set some of this in. Okay, so I want to show you once it's dry, this is kind of what it looks like. And my lighting is a little bit off all of a sudden. It's getting dark outside. Okay, and so I know it's not quite this, you know, obviously it doesn't have the same effect as like this, but really that's the technique that I used. And I can apply some a saying on the bottom or whatever I want. And what's really great is that I can keep taking some modeling paste and just grunging it up a little bit more if there's too many spaces that are black, which I could do. And I will do at the end off camera, but I just wanted to show you what this technique does. And what it does is it allows, when you create that frame with your modeling paste, it kind of allows your photo to just blend in, okay? And if you use gesso, so here's a little tip, if you use gesso instead of modeling paste to create this effect, the gesso is not going to take the spray ink as well as the modeling paste. So it's going to be a little bit more of a watercolor, like it's going to water it down a little bit. So it's not going to be that brightness. So I would recommend for this technique using modeling paste. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. Let me know. Have a great day. Bye-bye.